morning and good luck. And welcome back to Good Luck with Gino. I'm your host, Gino the Ghost, and you're watching episode 62 of the fastest growing podcast in the world. Class, by a show of hands, who missed me? Huh? Go ahead. Put them up. Sorry that we were absent last week. I hate to miss a week. You know I hate it. You know, I'm all about consistency, but we were in Spain, and we're going to talk about that in a second. First of all, if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you have subscribed or followed or saved it to your device, and give it 5 stars, won't you? If you're watching on YouTube, and you should be watching on YouTube, because it's the #1 way to consume the Good Luck podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you tickle that like button, smash that fucking subscribe button. You just absolutely, you Gronkowski, smash it in the back of the end zone. And then you look yourself right in the mirror and you say, I'm an oil man. Hi, my name's Daniel Plainview. This is my son, HW. I'm an oil man. And you go ahead and grab that oil and you grease up the algorithm. And how do you grease up the algorithm, Daniel Plainview? Well, you leave a comment. You know how to do that, right? You leave a comment. Maybe you say, God damn it, Gino. My week just wasn't the same without the Good Luck show. Glad you're back. You leave a comment, and then when the show's over, you grease up that algorithm one more time by dipping into the oil well, and you grease up that algorithm and leave another comment. You're doing great. Okay. Let's talk about my week here. It's going to be brief. I was in Spain working with Sony Latin, doing what I do, which is just writing Latin hits in Spain. First time in Spain, loved it. I was in Madrid. It was beautiful. Holy fuck, it was beautiful. What a cool city. I was working with a producer. Can I say who I was working with? I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I didn't sign an NDA, but I'm going to be professional and not say who I was working with. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the people that I was tagging, some of them. Made some hits. Some fucked up shit did happen to me in Spain. I got food poisoning. And man, Madon, not good. So the Euro Cup was happening, and after a studio session, we went to this other big Latin writer's house who lives in Spain. He's like born and raised in Madrid. We were like kind of like 20 minutes outside of like the main city. And I went into like the most Spanish shit ever. It was like in this giant warehouse garage in the back of like just in this like city in Spain. And there was like 20 guys all wearing España jerseys. We were watching Spain versus Italy. And I'm Italian, right? So I'm the only Italian there. They're all wearing fucking the red kits. And I walk in and I'm just like, Viva Italia! And a couple people laughed, and some of them were like, who the fuck is this guy? Right? We diffused that. Italy lost, probably for the best for me, for my health, because, I can't help myself but talk shit. And who knows what would have happened if we won. I'd have been talking big Italian cash shit. However, I had a phone call because the time zones are all fucked up. So I had a business phone call at like 1 a.m., I'm on the phone. I come back and there's these wraps there. These like chicken wraps. And they're like, you hungry? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm hungry. So I'm eating this wrap and I'm like, man, this is fucking incredible. I mean, it was so good. This thing was this was like, I'm like, man, Spanish late night food, it slaps, dude. This is nuts. And I'm eating it. And my homie Spread Loaf is like, yeah, bro. And like, it's crazy. It's only €5 for that, the fries and the drink. And I'm like, €5. I'm like, that's pretty cheap. In my head, I'm like, okay, that's either a great deal or not very good quality food. Turns out it was street food. Turns out it made me deathly ill. So the next day, the only day I was off, I was just, we won't get into details. aside from that, it was a great trip. Very long flight. I flew Iberia Airways, which is not American. And as you know, we won't be flying that piece of shit airline ever again. Flew Iberia. It was great, other than a few crying babies. You know, I would pay an extra $1,000 for a baby-free flight. They should offer baby-free flights. In fact, let me change that. Fuck that. All flights should be baby-free flights, and you should have to pay extra to get on a non-baby-free flight. And they should have specific flights that only allow babies. And it should be cheaper. It should be like an Uber pool, you know? It's like 20% cheaper, 25% cheaper if you don't mind. And the flight would just be full of babies. I mean, it would just be nothing but babies and like newly married couples that have infant babies. And just the whole flight would be just crying babies. Just crying babies. And annoying mothers who are just like, oh my God, Jeffrey, he's so funny, isn't he? He's 4 weeks. Yeah, he's 4 weeks old. Yeah, no. Well, he just does this thing where he just throws his Cheerios. He just throws them. And it's like, you stop it, Jeffrey. And that's the whole fucking flight. And the flight attendants get paid double. Because God bless them. Okay. This is just a random thing that I fucking discovered. Okay, you know Super Mario? You know Super Mario, unless you're a fucking weirdo. I have Super Mario tatted on my arm. Zoom in. We're not going to zoom in, but I do. Okay, so you know how he goes, Itsumi Mario. And you're like, oh, that's just, an Italian, like they gave him a super Italian voice, and it's him saying, it's me, Mario. Itsumi Mario. He's not saying that, it turns out. My whole life, I've thought he's saying, Itsumi Mario. He's saying, Itsumi Mario. Itsumi. Because in Japanese, Itsumi translates to superb or great or super. So he's literally just going, Itsumi Mario. Super Mario. He's basically just saying, Super Mario. What the fuck, dude? My whole life is a lie. Itsumi Mario. Itsumi Gino. You know? Super Gino. Itsumi Bully. Super Bully. Right? There it is. Okay, moving on. Let's get into the week. Enough about me and my revelations about cartoons that I grew up on. Okay, so this is so fucking funny, dude. M.I.A., the pop artist M.I.A., you know M.I.A. from No One on the Corner Has Swagger Like Us, Swagger Like Us, Swagger Like Us. Or what was the other fucking song she had that was Get high like paper and fly like planes. You know M.I.A., right? So M.I.A. just launched her brand Omni, OHMNI, on Alex Jones's platform Infowars. And the brand alleges that they've created it's aluminum clothing, like it's tinfoil clothing that blocks 99.99% of Wi-Fi, 4G, and 5G from reaching your brain and your body. And it like protects you from the dangerous 5G waves and the dangerous Wi-Fi chemicals. So yeah, the focal point of the brand is this tinfoil bucket hat. It's like $100 aluminum hat. So now you can finally, literally, put the tinfoil hat on when you spew baseless conspiracy theories. Great news, guys. You can literally wear the costume. Terrence Howard drip, you know? Anytime Alex Jones or Infowars is involved, you know it's going to make you more dumb, right? And it's clothing. It's just aluminum satin clothing. You look like a fucking saran wrap. You know the cooking sheet? It's just like cooking sheet poncho for $200. Now, I was really, before I started swiping on the post I saw, I was ready to just roast this shit. I was like, man, these are gonna look so fucking ugly. I can't wait to see it. Guys, I regret to inform you, the outfits are fire. I can't even hate. I can't even hate. The outfits are fire. The bucket hat's fire. The poncho's fire. There's a bag. She's got like a fucking aluminum tinfoil bag. It goes hard. The problem is it's the equivalent of a clown costume because by wearing it, you're announcing that your IQ is like sub 70, but it looks sick. And she's a genius for this because judging by the comment section, she's going to be rich as fuck, man. I mean, people are like, oh my God, yes, I've been saying this, needed this. Finally. It's a victimless crime. Really. No one on the corner has foil like us, foil like us, foil like us. You know? We went from paper planes to aluminum pants with this one, didn't we, M.I.A? You know, and you know, so she posted. Let me fucking pull up the Instagram. I mean, it's so made with pure copper and nickel Faraday fabric, 100% brain coverage. Come the fuck on, dude. Engineered for your protection from Wi-Fi, satellite, Bluetooth, cell tower. Dude, in the time of smart cities, digital crypto, AI, hackable humans, zero privacy. Yeah, dude. First of all, what does crypto have anything to do with your brain? I mean, you can't make this up, dude. We bring you the revolutionary future of fashion. Omni is your last frontier at preserving your privacy, autonomy, and rights over your body and your data. Preserve your rights, data, and privacy in the digital age. Order online now. Preserve your data. Log on to our website and fill out your information and order online now. I mean, you people are fucking idiots. Okay, I feel like I have to, because there's going to be people that are watching this that, and I love you to death, guys, but it's time to break this down for you. 5G and 4G and Wi-Fi are not frying your brain and giving you cancer or making you dumber. Staring at your phone all day is frying your eyes and giving you that's making you a little dumber maybe. But the waves they're completely harmless. How do I know this other than just trusting scientists and data? I did I think a 30-page argumentative essay in college specifically on this. So I kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about with like 30 cited sources. Now, I know you watched a YouTube video one time maybe, but I've done a deep dive on this already. And then I did an additional deep dive on this for this portion, just to make sure I had all my facts correct. But just so you understand, 5G technology operates within international safety guidelines for electromagnetic radiation, which is literally designed to protect human health using non-ionization radiation. So 5G uses the same way, like it's the same waves that is in radio, Wi-Fi. They just don't have enough energy to damage cells or anything like that. It's just not enough energy. And if you know anything about heat and radiation, it's energy is the metric that. Okay. I mean, there's been decades of research on this, centering like 5G, 4G, obviously radio. but there's no adverse health effects from exposure to radio frequencies used by 5G. Health organizations worldwide, like the WHO and the International Commission of Non-Ionization Radiation, they confirm 5G is safe. We're already exposed to similar frequencies in everyday technology like microwaves and TVs and cell phones and all this stuff. It's just, if you even you would, if this worked, right? Like if this was real, you would need to wear this shit 24/7. You would need to like literally just take it off to shower because these waves are everywhere. And these same conspiracy theories, this is something that I vividly remember from my research paper. These same conspiracy theories have been peddled and circulating since the dawn of electricity. Literally. When electricity was invented. These same conspiracy theories that electricity was going to damage and fry our brains and the waves from the internet, when the internet first came out, these same conspiracy theories, when 3G, when 4G, and now 5G and LTE and everything it's just going to continue. Enough, dude. Okay? But by all means, spend $400 on the full aluminum set from M.I.A. God bless her for that. I mean, dude, shout out to that grift. That is a fucking S-tier grift. Moving on. All right, guys, we're going to talk about it. First, I'm going to take a sip of this non-branded water. This episode sponsored and brought to you by Hydrogen to Oxygen. Okay, we're going to talk about the debate. God, Jesus Christ. I've been dreading this. Oh, what a fucking mess. I mean, what an absolute stillborn abortion that was. You saw the clips. Many of you hopefully watched it. I'm sorry if you watched it. We had the first presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And it was exactly what you thought it was going to be. Donald Trump went up there, told a bunch of lies, was funny. Joe Biden went up there, almost fell asleep. They gave Joe Biden the extended release Adderall instead of the instant 50 milligrams that they should have given him. Let's watch this clip. You've seen the clip. This is unbelievable.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare,
just gave up. He just gave up mid-sentence. He's like, whatever. Couldn't get the thought out. I mean, it was such a tough watch. It was it was cringe-inducing. It was difficult. It was difficult to get through. He had the Alzheimer's gaze going the whole event. Just like was looking lost and confused. He used to be a sharp debater. He was good. Even 4 years ago, he was great. That's tough, man. He's just too fucking old, dude. The guy's too old. Enough. They should have subbed in Kamala Harris at halftime. Really, they should have subbed him in right after that. They should have just tapped him out. We got a sub coming in. Or like in soccer where they just like trot to the side, It was a disaster. It was so bad. It was so bad. He had no business being there. The Democratic Party should be fucking ashamed of themselves. They dug themselves. It's over. The election's over. It's over. Donald Trump won. He can't pull out. It's too late to introduce another candidate. even that slimy Gavin Newsom motherfucker, he's not going to get enough votes to win. Kamala Harris is not going to get enough votes to win. He's got to stay out there. And now the whole like the entire mission statement now from the Democrats, their slogan now is, yeah, okay, so he's not quite all the way there and he's super old, but at least he's not a liar. And at least he stands for the truth. Like, dude, they're all liars. That's not going to cut it. He's a fucking liar too. Okay? CNN after was hilarious. Oh my God. They were running around like fucking chickens with their head cut off. Van Lathan almost broke into tears again. They were like, it was absolute panic mode. This is going to ruin the tour. Energy. I mean, it was Trump won with flying colors. Biden's approval rating fucking fell off a cliff immediately. Yeah, I mean, Trump, he just, I already before this debate was pretty much set on Trump winning. I'm like, well, Trump's going to probably win this election. After, I'm not kidding, 2 minutes into that debate, I was like, it's done. And then it was just all downhill from there. You know, and it's crazy because it's like, you look at Trump and again, the guy just got slapped with like dozens and dozens of felonies. Just smoked. And oh yeah, incited January 6th. And oh yeah, all the other things. And then went on the debate and just lied a lot, which whatever. We expect him to lie. He said this was so funny. I fucking was dying watching this. Because I posted like a funny tweet on my Instagram that I made about like, you know, the debate and how Trump was lying and how Biden's incoherent. And of course, my Republican followers were like, oh, here goes Gino sucking up to the liberals. I'm like, dude, I'm making fun of both of them. And then it's like, well, how did Trump lie? Name one lie Trump told. Okay, here's one.
And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
So that means he can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby. Meaning
that's murder. Taking the baby after 8 months or 9 months is delivery, first of all. That's birth, okay? And taking the baby after birth, that's murder. No states are murdering living babies. What the fuck is he talking about, dude? Huh? Yeah, in some states, they're delivering the baby, and then the doctor's going, what do you want us to do with this? Do you want to keep it? No, you don't. You want to abort it? Okay. And then we're killing the baby. Okay. So that's a lie. All right. But also, it should be noted, Joe Biden, in the first second of this clip, lies.
And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
If you're elected, you're going to restore Roe v. Wade. You're the president. Do it now. What do you mean? If I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Motherfucker, you won already. You're the president already. Do it now if you're going to do it. Anyway. A disaster. I mean, this is what we get. We trotted out 2 geriatrics at 10 p.m. PST, okay? A disaster waiting to happen. The next election, or the next debate, should be at 10 a.m. after water aerobics and before pinochle. It's just a slap in the fucking face of the American people, dude. Like, it was. I know I'm not saying anything new when I say this, but like, this is the best we've got. This is it. This is the best we can do. Are these two fucking idiots? Man, dude. I'm not voting for either of these dickheads. I'll be writing myself in. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for, like, all the local and, the laws and the fucking bills. And I'm going to vote for all that. But when it comes to the president, I'm just writing in myself. I'm not even 35. I'm not even old enough to be president yet, but I'm writing myself in. Suck my dick. Suck my dick, dude. Gino 2024, write me in. Let's get it going, dude. Let's get it. If I can get 500 votes, just 500, that'll put me on the radar for my real run next cycle. Motherfuckers. Okay, main story. I told you this was coming, guys. God, I'm a prophet, aren't I? Aren't I so smart? The three major record labels, Sony, Warner, and Universal, are suing AI music companies Suno and Udio. I fucking told you. I told you. I told you this was coming. I might have told you last episode or the one before it. I don't remember. But I told you. I told you Loose and Grange was not going to stand for it. I told you that the labels were going to come in. All these programs are being trained on illegal data sets, and they're going to slam the fucking hammer. And wouldn't you know, I'm right again. It's exhausting being right so often. It's a burden every day to wake up with the weight of the world and being right on my shoulders every day. But we roll out of bed and we get up and we go to take a shower anyway. And we let any inkling of wrongness wash down our body and down the drain. So the three majors are suing the two big AI music companies. They accuse Suno and Audio. I'm sorry. They accuse Suno and Udio of willful copyright infringement on almost an unimaginable scale. They provided evidence that both companies trained on their music, including outputs that closely resemble their recordings. ABBA, Michael Jackson, Green Day, James Brown, many more. I mean, if you listen to like BBL Drizzy, yeah, it's pretty obvious, right? And look, we've seen in recent copyright cases like the Ed Sheeran case, anything with Marvin Gaye ever, like it's already very difficult to discern between what sounds too similar and what's literally stolen, right? So, of course this was going to happen. And if you listen to the outputs that they cite in this lawsuit, they're goddamn identical. Sometimes, in some cases, the tag is even in there for producers, like a producer tag is still in it. They outline why it's not fair use. They demand a jury trial. And here's the real kicker. The lawsuit claims Suno and Udio steals music to spit out similar work and ask for compensation of $150,000 per work, which would bankrupt them both easily. And they're cooked. That's going to do it. Hey, thanks for playing, guys. That's going to do it. And I've had conversations with the head of one of the two, won't say who, nice guy. But when I asked him how the data was being trained, he declined to answer, which told me all that I needed to know. It is a black box. It is all being trained illegally, and they're going to get just absolutely destroyed in court. Many AI companies adopt a philosophy of moving fast. We see this in not just AI music, but in all forms of generative AI. The goal is to break norms, train on vast data sets without maintaining an audible, fair training trail, and it's a race, right? AI is a race, but being reckless is how you end up with the turtle versus hare situation. And that's what we have here. We've got these two companies that were racing to be the best and the fastest and the most consumer facing, and they didn't kiss the ring. They didn't kiss the ring. The music industry's response to these technologies reflects its effort to maintain control and protect the interests of artists, labels, and other stakeholders, mainly stakeholders. And look, going by the way of the labels, kissing the ring per se, would take way longer, but it's the only path forward because the music industry is a mafia. They're the mob. Okay? And before you get fucking anti-Semitic in my, well, yeah, it's all the Jewish. No, fuckhead, okay? It's not any race or religion or whatever. It's just executives at these labels. And they're not just, there's black people, white people, European people, fucking, yeah, there's Jewish people, there's Christian people. How do I know? Because I know them. Okay? Dickhead. Anyway, it's a mafia. And they're not going to let you fucking stroll in and take their money. And they're definitely not going to let you stroll in without checking in and cutting them in. Okay? Now, again, this is the big tug here with AI and music because the music industry moves slow as fuck. They are stuck in the Stone Age still because they have incredibly complex legal framework. There's a giant chain of command. This person's got to ask this person, who's got to report to this person, who's got to talk to this lawyer, who's got to get the blessing from this person, who's then got to go to this department, who needs to talk to this lawyer, who needs to talk to this VP, who needs to talk to this executive, who needs to talk to Lucien Grange. And then when he gets to it, he then talks to that person who then comes back to this person who then needs to check again with legal, who then needs to draw up the paperwork that needs to get double checked by this corp. Do you understand what I'm saying? The structure of the music industry stifles innovation constantly. It creates barriers, far more barriers than opportunities. And this complex, outdated practice hinders change. And not only that, but you've got fragmented rights ownership, lengthy licensing processes, resistance to new business models, and it just discourages innovation. And it's tough. It's like it makes it so fucking hard to do anything the right way. But you got to. You got to. Because if you don't, they're coming for you. And they're coming a lot faster. If you look at like Napster and LimeWire, it took them a long time to take those motherfuckers down. They'd already done too much damage. But what I will say is like there's a need for change here. And this highlights it further, right? Because if we don't start to see some kind of change and reform in music rights management, licensing practices, we're going to have a Napster LimeWire 2.0. And if you don't remember, or you weren't alive yet, or you weren't old enough yet, free downloading, torrent websites, platforms like Napster and LimeWire completely toppled the music industry entirely. They were down like 90% on sales, and Steve Jobs saved them. Because otherwise, who knows what the fucking music industry is going to look like. Steve Jobs came in and saved them with iTunes. And I don't know if that's going to happen again. So they need to start moving swiftly or they are cooked. Do you understand? Because innovators and stakeholders advocate for streamlined processes, and we've been trying to fucking get. I mean, I've had so many conversations about royalties and incorporating blockchain and playing with AI and how it can benefit catalog, and it's just they need to fucking get their head out of their ass to foster creativity and collaboration. Because look, you know, and I've been screaming it from the rooftops. The current royalty model is completely broken. Nobody's making any money other than the labels. Songwriters and producers are getting fucking smoked. Artists are broke. Touring is not what it used to be. We've talked about that in previous episodes. And there's a future where artists protect their IP while exploring new revenue streams through technology. On-chain music. blockchain, NFTs, incorporating AI in a healthy way. And it's my mission in music. I mean, this is what, again, because there's no money in songwriting. I literally am a songwriter because I love doing it. But the days of me making music to make money are done. They're done. You need to have a number one on radio to make money. You need to be on radio. You don't need a number one on radio, but you need billions of streams. You need to make actual serious life-changing money. You need to have Flowers by Miley Cyrus. So, and I'll get one of those again, right? But that's not why I'm doing music anymore. I'm doing music because I love it. But what I am doing in music to make money, and my main mission in music is to actively shape a future that embraces technology, that embraces innovation, that embraces AI, while preserving artistic integrity and protecting IP rights. That's the mission. That's the ethos of everything that I'm doing in Web3, in AI, in technology. More on this later as it's made official, but I'm joining an AI music company that trains on catalog obtained legally, one that empowers creatives and generates a new monetary stream for artists. I'll get into it later because I'm not on contract yet, but this is the way forward. AI is not the boogeyman. If done correctly, it will be the most important tool for artists in this next age of music. And I intend on being involved in bringing that to market. So there you have it. Cheers to that. Man, it's good to be back on the pod, huh? God, I can't be taking breaks like that anymore. I gotta just maybe next time I'll fly back to LA, do the podcast, fly back to Spain. Okay, let's get into everybody's favorite segment. Yeah, the FOH HOF. The fuck out of here Hall of Fame. Here's our first video. This guy needs no introduction. We're just gonna dive into it. Here we go.
This is how bone smashing got me this. So what is bone smashing? Bone smashing is a trend that has been around for some time already, where people basically hit their face with a hammer, like so, or with their fists, to achieve a more sculpted and chiseled face, jawline, and cheekbones, as you can see here. But this is bad, because there are so many risks. What can actually happen to you when you do this? Between your bone and the surface of your face, there are so many things in between. Blood vessels, nerves, lymph nodes, and much more that can all get damaged. People that do this can experience things like facial and trigeminal nerve pain, facial numbness, tingling sensations, muscle twitching and spasms, and possibly even blindness. They say that beauty requires sacrifice. What is it to you if you can't even see? Clearly, this is very dangerous, so please don't do this.
Yeah, please don't do this. Don't worry, I won't. Yeah, don't worry, bud. Won't be smashing my face with a hammer anytime soon. Bone smashing? Bone smashing. Moscow Michelangelo here chiseled his jawline into a sculpture of an Xbox controller. He looks insane. Dude, smashing your face with a hammer to break your bones so they grow back bigger and stronger is the most Russian shit of all time, by the way. I've never heard of anything more Russian than that. Smash your face with hammer. Or punch with fist. Dude, my brother, you look like handsome Squidward. You look like Quagmire. Giggity, giggity. Giggity, get to a surgeon, dude. His cheekbones are just like, I mean, bro tried to look like the Giga Chad meme, and he ended up becoming the Crimson Chin. He looks like he has 2 iPads in his mouth. Or like 2 Apple remote controllers, just like... This looks... Dude, he looks insane! So I looked this up. Bone smashing. People are doing this? It's a part of a trend called look maxing. This is not look maxing. This is Robloxing. Bro looks like a villain in the Lego Batman movie. Look at this motherfucker, bro. His cheeks are just like... The good news is now he can store enough nuts in his cheeks to hibernate in the winter. He looks like Don Corleone in the garden. And the guy was like, you make me an offer I can't refuse. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. You ask me this favor on the day of my daughter's wedding when I'm smashing my face with a hammer. To ask my daughter, you ask me this. Yeah, I'll grant you this blessing. Oh, thank you, Godfather. Thank you, Russian Roblox face Godfather. He looks like the allergic reaction scene in Hitch. Look at this guy's face, dude. His face is shaped like a bicycle seat. My brother in Christ, what were you thinking, dude? He looks like Jigsaw. I want to play a game. Face ass. Look at you. Bro thinks he's out here fucking mewing everybody with this. He tried to reshape his face so he could mew everyone, but ended up evolving into Mewtwo. You know? Do not do this. I love the disclaimer, like the 20-second disclaimer at the end of the video. Yeah, your face has super... be careful smashing your face with a hammer because you have nerves and blood vessels and bones in your face that you can damage. Yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah. Do not do this. Yeah, don't worry. We won't. Dentists hate this one trick. Hey, you don't got to get your wisdom teeth removed at the orthodontist if you just smash them out with a ball hammer. Jesus Christ. All right, moving on. All right, this guy's back, dude. This guy is, man, this dude's so fucking funny to me. It's just like the all right, here we go. He's been on the show before. Here he is again.
Like the craziest thing I've done to like a random girl that I just met, like a new girl, like I met her girl at the club, probably anal.
I just spent 2 G's on a girl and she just ghosted me for some random stuff. So that's funny.
God. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, like, bro, I don't know, like. The crazy thing I've done after the club probably was I had a Sevensome with 6 chicks.
A 7?
Yeah, it was me and 6 girls last summers. Good times, bro.
A Sevensome? Yeah. Okay, buddy. Sure you did. A Sevensome? All right, take it easy, Hassan Menage a Trois, all right? A Sevensome with 6 chicks? Yeah, thanks for clarifying, by the way. But that's all. Look, I don't like to talk about my love life, but I had a Sevensome with 10 chicks one time. 3 of them didn't participate, but they were there. So take that, buddy. No, it's obviously a joke. A Sevensome. I mean, that he doesn't even believe himself when he says this.
Like the crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, like, bro, I don't know, like, the crazy thing I've done after the club probably was I had a Sevensome with 6 chicks.
A 7?
Yeah, it was me and 6 girls last summers. Good times, bro.
Yeah, good times, bro. A 7s. If you can have 7 Sevensomes before you're 30, you can have generational STDs. You can get 7 STD. You can get an STD from all 7 chicks. And then give those other chicks STDs. Now you've got a network of different sexually transmitted diseases. You got passive chlamydia. Only time he's had 6 women in bed with him is when he had 6 tabs open on his laptop. There's no shot that this dude, and you know, let me tell you something. I've seen videos of this guy like with a bunch of women at like some house that he rented, you know, but paying 6 women to come over and listen to you talk is not a Sevensome. It's a seminar. Okay. And look at his hair, bro. This is not his. This is a toupee. this is a toupee. The toupee on his head is so big that it looks like a 7-pay. Maybe that's what he's talking about. And he's just like the whole video, just like blinking violently. He's just like, just blinking, like just fucking. He didn't have a 7-some, but he did have an 8-ball of cocaine to himself before filming this Man on the Street interview. Buddy's blinking like he can't believe his eyes, you know? This is how I'd be blinking if I saw 7 women in bed with this guy. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Paying a 7 to sleep with you is not a 7-some. It's just a prostitute, and it's a sex worker. What even is a 7-some? Dude, a 7-some is made up. It's just made up. It's not even a real sexual term. A 7-some. You can't even have one. Like 3 of the girls would just be bored lying around. There's not enough of you for a 7-some. That's just like you're having a 4-some maybe, and they're off doing their own thing. You know? You got to have, first of all, you got to have the biggest bed ever. You got to have a giant bed. I mean, these bitches are going to be falling off the bed. You know? Not to get graphic, but like how much, what are they just all like, all around you in a circle, like trying, like piglets trying to feed off of a mother pig? You know? There's just no shot, dude. A 7-some would suck. And then this random loser comes in and just volunteers that he got curved.
Like the craziest thing I've done to like a random girl that I just met, like a new girl, like I met a girl at the club, probably anal.
I just spent 2 G's on a girl and she just ghosted me for some random laughs. That's funny.
This fucking loser just grabs the mic. I just wasted 2 G's on a random girl who left me. Yeah, you're volunteering that information on the internet forever? Jesus. How did you manage to like be lamer than this guy in this video? All right, moving on. Last video here. Yeah, we're gonna just play it. Here we go. I've seen this guy manages Sneeko, I think. I've seen him on the internet before. He always is saying some dumb shit. He got into it with Bryce Hall this week. And something like super homophobic and like not funny or something. I remember seeing anyway. And then I saw this video like the next day, and it's so funny. So here we go.
What are some other correlations with words? You can't say the word truth without the word hurt. The word hurt is within the word truth.
The truth hurts.
Exactly, the truth hurts. You can't say Bible without the word lie. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt people's feelings out there? You cannot say the word Bible without the word lie. Words tell you a lot if you're paying attention.
That's why it's called spelling. You're casting a spell.
Does that mean there are words people shouldn't be saying?
Correct.
How do people know which words not to say?
The ones that are spread through the media all the time.
Like diversity?
Doesn't have the word die inside of it.
Whoa. This is it. This is the dumbest video on the internet. I've scoured long, and I mean, I've been on the internet for a long time. This is the final straw. We need to start banning podcast equipment. This is it. I mean, bro thinks he cracked the Da Vinci Code because he figured out how spelling works. You can't say truth without hurts. You actually can say the word truth without the word hurts. Ready? Truth. because the truth hurts. Wow, bar. Just because the same letters are in different words doesn't mean they're related. That's just how phonetics and spelling and the alphabet work. You can't spell dumbass without the word sad. It's sad how big of a dumbass you are, for example. You can't spell idiot without ID. Look at your ID. What do you see? An idiot. I mean, this conversation is so fucking stupid. I can't even believe how stupid it is. You can't spell sandwich without sand. Did you know they put sand in your food? Oh, they don't? Oh, there's no sand in sandwiches? Oh, so you're just, got it, you're a fucking moron. You need to pay attention. Look at the word attention. Look at it. You can't spell attention without the word 10. 10 homes. You need 10 homes before 30. Pay attention. I mean, I can't even like riff off it. It's just like, it's just a dumb. Look at this fucking guy too, man. He's like 45, bro. Straighten your hat. You're not T.I. Bro's wearing like a fitted, like cock to the side, like he's still in 1989. And then this like, can't spell Bible without lie. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt people's feelings? Yeah, if you take all the letters from a word and rearrange them, a few of those letters also show up in another word. What, you think you just shattered Christianity and exposed religion with the English language? God in heaven is like, fuck! He found the one Easter egg I put on earth to show people the truth. Wait until bro discovers that other languages exist. There's like 7,000 languages on earth. It's the most American thing ever to assume that our language defines the hidden meanings of the world. A language that was created in the 5th century. Okay? Diversity. It says the word die in it, doesn't it? Yeah, dude. The media is trying to kill you by promoting diversity. I mean, what are you even saying? What point do you even think that you're making that diversity is deadly? You're brain dead. Congrats. You're the dumbest person on earth. You can't look at the word Bible. You know what? I'm putting these fucking pit vipers on. I forgot to put them on earlier. These are the special Good Luck Edition Pit Vipers. What even is this podcast? A 45-year-old idiot and an 18-year-old talking about linguistics. Hey man, what are you doing on a podcast with this kid? Just yapping, buddy. Sounding like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You stupid fuck. You can't spell conspiracy without con either, you con artist. Dork. The fuck are you talking about, man? This shit pisses me off, actually. I just got so pissed off. Oh, I need to calm down. Let me have a sip. We need to move on. Sorry that wasn't like the funniest one I've ever done, but I just, sometimes I can't even fathom how people's brain works the way that it works. It's concerning. Okay, for the last part of the show, we're going to do Just Ask Gino. And I'm going to keep the Pit Vipers on for this one. I got a great question. Somebody asked, let me get Pikachu looking properly. Somebody asked me, how do I make it as a songwriter? I want to be a songwriter. I want to break into the music industry. How do I make it as a writer? And I told them what I tell everybody that asked me this question. Write 100 songs. And then write 100 more songs. And then write 100 more songs. You need to get lucky, right? I know this isn't a sexy answer, but this is the answer. You need to get lucky. The only way you get lucky is by putting yourself around people that are already in the industry. The only way to get around people that are in the industry is to input into the thing that you want to be a part of, which would be music, right? So you need to create inputs to get outputs. You need to get lucky, but you need to put yourself in a position to get lucky. And when you get lucky, you need to be ready to get lucky. Because if you're not ready to get lucky, you won't get lucky. Does that make sense? You can't get lucky if you're not good enough yet. I had hella moments early in my career where I could have gotten lucky, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't good enough as a writer. I wasn't good enough as a producer. I wasn't good enough as an artist. I met big people. I had big opportunities. I wasn't good enough yet. I played records for some of the biggest producers in the game. I rubbed elbows with some of the biggest artists in the world, the head of labels, giant business managers, music managers took me out to lunch to discuss. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't good enough yet. I sent them stuff and it wasn't hot enough. Most of you are not ready. And, you know, people send me like demos. Yo, can you take a listen to this? Can you check this out? And I'll listen. And it's like, hey, man, you need to write 100 more songs. You're an artist. You need to make 100 more songs. This isn't good enough. And, you know, yeah, some people will never be. They just don't have it, right? You need to have it. But you cannot have it and still have a career. But to really make it, and you have some intangibles, you're talented, you're a good writer, you've got the things, but you just need to get the reps in, man. You gotta get the reps in. Because if you get the reps in, when that moment comes knocking, when Mr. Lucky comes knocking, you're ready. And then guess what? You'll deliver and you'll continue to deliver because you've got the skill set. You'll make it to the big league and you'll stay in the league. And then you'll rise in the league. And then you make the All-Star game. And then you win a fucking championship because you're ready. If you're not ready, if you don't get the reps in, and you happen to get lucky in some capacity, but you're not ready, you won't last. And we see it time and time and time and time again, where somebody who's made like 6 songs goes viral because they either hit, you know, they get lucky on TikTok or their homie like is the producer who put them, you know, and it just happens or whatever. And they get there and they're like, oh, fuck. And the lights are too bright. And they get fucking manhandled and smoked. And then they're done. Because once you have a moment, if you fizzle out, it's over. 9 times out of 10. It's very, very difficult to have a splash of virality, fall the fuck off all the way, and then come back. It's very hard. There's very few examples. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of any. Rebecca Black. I mean, fuck. I know I want to wrap the episode, but there's a couple. But the point is, reps, reps, reps. I know it's not sexy. You need to work harder. 100 songs. Write 100 more songs. Write 100 more songs. Okay? All right. I want to thank you for listening to Good Luck, episode 62. We'll be back again next week. Look, we're not going to be taking breaks like that. Every once in a while, I'll miss an episode, and you'll have to fucking get over it. But we're going to be back again next Monday. I want to thank you for listening. If you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Save it to your device. Send it to a loved one or an enemy. If you're watching on YouTube, and you shouldn't they, Gengar? Be watching on YouTube. Make sure you flick that like button with your middle finger and your thumb. Give the people's elbow to the subscribe button and grease up that algorithm one final time. Because you're an oil man. And yeah, I want to thank you. We're going to go ahead and end the episode with everyone's favorite AI theme song from the company that will soon be no more. But we can always thank Suno AI for giving us the Good Luck AI theme song. So shout out to whatever artist this data set was illegally trained on. Thank you for this absolute gem. I will not be paying you royalties on it. Good night and good luck.
Everybody